Let us embark on a journey of discovery, a journey that may lead us to the very heart of our existence. We often think of life as something to be controlled, as if we are the masters of our destiny. But what if I told you that this very belief is what keeps us from discovering our true purpose? We live in a world that is constantly changing, constantly shifting. We try to grasp onto things, to control them, to make sense of them. But the more we try to control, the more elusive our grasp becomes. We think that by understanding the intricacies of life, we can somehow control our destiny. But in reality, this quest for control only leads to more questions and confusion. The universe is not something to be controlled or explained. It is a vast, mysterious force that defies our attempts to understand it. The more we try to dissect and analyze it, the more it slips through our fingers like sand. We think that by understanding the intricacies of life, we can somehow control our destiny. But in reality, this quest for control only leads to more questions and confusion. If you will, a flower. A beautiful, delicate flower. We may think that by understanding how it grows, how it reproduces, we can somehow control it. But the truth is, the beauty of the flower lies in its mystery. It is not something to be controlled or explained, it simply is. The complexity we see in the world is a product of our analytical minds. We chop the world into pieces thinking that we are uncovering its secrets. But in truth, all we are doing is creating an illusion of complexity. The universe is not complicated, it is our attempt to explain it that makes it seem so. We may think that by understanding its inner workings, we can somehow control it. But the truth is, the body is a masterpiece of nature, a symphony of cells and organs working in perfect harmony. The more we try to dissect it, the more we realize that its true beauty lies in its complexity. Explanation is not the key to understanding. It is merely a way to describe the world in terms of words and numbers. True understanding comes from experiencing life as it is, without the need to label or explain every aspect of it. The more we try to explain, the further we stray from our true purpose. The child does not need to understand how the toy works, they simply enjoy playing with it. In the same way, we do not need to understand the intricacies of life, we simply need to experience it fully, without the need for explanation or control. The nature of complexity and how our minds perceive the world around us. As I mentioned earlier, the complexity we see in the world is a product of our analytical minds. We chop the world into pieces, thinking that we are uncovering its secrets. But in truth, all we are doing is creating an illusion of complexity. Think for a moment about a tree. From a distance, it may seem like a simple, singular entity. But as you get closer, you begin to see the intricate details of its leaves, branches, and trunk. You may even start to wonder about the roots hidden beneath the surface. The more you analyze the tree, the more complex it seems to become. Imagine trying to describe the tree to someone who has never seen one before. You may try to explain its shape, its color, its size. But no matter how detailed your description, you can never fully capture the essence of the tree. The tree is not just a collection of leaves, branches, and trunk. It is a living, breathing organism that defies our attempts to fully understand it. The same is true for the universe. We may try to explain its intricacies, its complexities, but we can never fully grasp its true nature. The universe is not a puzzle to be solved, it is a mystery to be embraced. The more we try to dissect and analyze it, the further we stray from our true purpose. We often think that by understanding something we can control it. But the truth is, understanding is not about control, it is about acceptance. When we accept the world as it is, without the need to analyze or explain it, we can truly appreciate its beauty and wonder. Think for a moment about a sunset. When you watch a sunset, you may feel a sense of awe and wonder at the beauty of nature. You may not fully understand how the colors are created or why the sun appears to sink below the horizon. But in that moment, none of that matters. All that matters is the experience of witnessing the beauty of the sunset. Explanation is not the key to understanding it. It is merely a way to describe the world in terms of words and numbers. True understanding comes from experiencing life as it is, without the need to label or explain every aspect of it. The child does not need to understand how the toy works, they simply enjoy playing with it. In the same way, we do not need to understand the intricacies of life, we simply need to experience it fully, without the need for explanation or control. Explanation is a product of our analytical minds, the same minds that create the illusion of complexity. When we try to explain the world, we are using our analytical minds to dissect and analyze something that is inherently mysterious and unknowable. The more we try to explain, the further we stray from our true purpose. We can control it, but the truth is, understanding is not about control, it is about acceptance. When we accept the world as it is, without the need to analyze or explain it, we can truly appreciate its beauty and wonder. Think for a moment about a work of art. When you look at a painting or listen to a piece of music, you may not fully understand why it moves you. But in that moment, understanding is not necessary. All that matters is the experience of the art itself. The same is true for life. When we stop trying to dissect and analyze it, we can truly appreciate its beauty and wonder. Life is not about understanding, it is about experiencing. When we let go of the need to control and explain, we can fully embrace the mystery of existence. Explanation has its limitations. We can never fully explain the complexities of life, we can only describe them in terms of words and numbers. The more we try to explain, the more we realize how little we actually know. Humanity is trapped in a cycle of seeking. We think that by solving one problem, we will find fulfillment. But as soon as one problem is solved, another takes its place. This constant seeking keeps us from realizing that the answers we seek are not out there, but within us. They may think that by achieving certain goals or acquiring certain possessions, they will find happiness. But no matter how much they achieve or acquire, true happiness eludes them. This is because happiness is not something to be achieved, it is something to be experienced in every moment of our existence. The same is true for other aspects of life. We may think that by solving one problem we will find fulfillment. But as soon as one problem is solved, another takes its place. This constant seeking keeps us from realizing that the answers we seek are not out there, but within us. Desire is the driving force behind the cycle of seeking. We think that by fulfilling our desires we will find fulfillment. But the truth is, desire is insatiable. No matter how much we fulfill our desires, new ones always arise to take their place. I think for a moment about a person who is always seeking more money. They may think that by acquiring more money they will find security and happiness. But no matter how much money they acquire, they always want more. This is because the nature of desire is to always want more. The cycle of seeking is based on the illusion that fulfillment lies outside ourselves. We think that by achieving certain goals or acquiring certain possessions, we will find fulfillment. But the truth is, fulfillment is not something that can be achieved, it is something that must be realized within ourselves. Think for a moment about a person who is always seeking approval from others. They may think that by gaining the approval of others, they will find fulfillment. But no matter how much approval they gain, true fulfillment eludes them. This is because true fulfillment comes from within, not from external sources. How do we break free from the cycle of seeking and discover our true purpose? The answer lies in letting go of the need to seek external validation and finding fulfillment within ourselves. When we stop seeking happiness, security, or approval from external sources, we can truly begin to discover our true purpose. a person who is content with who they are and what they have. They are not driven by a need to seek external validation. Instead, they find fulfillment in the present moment. This person has discovered their true purpose, which is simply to be. Presence is the key to breaking free from the cycle of seeking. When we are fully present in the moment, we can experience life as it is, without the need to seek fulfillment from external sources. Presence allows us to appreciate the beauty and wonder of life in its purest form. Have you ever wondered why we feel so separate from the world around us? From the moment we are born, we are taught to see ourselves as individual entities, distinct from everything else. We are given names, identities, and told that we are in control of our actions and our lives. But is this really the case? Is there truly a separate self, or is it all just an illusion? It is a story we tell ourselves to make sense of our existence, but it is not the ultimate truth. In reality, there is no clear boundary between ourselves and the world around us. We are not separate from the universe, we are a part of it. Think about it for a moment. Where does your body end and the world begin? Are you not constantly exchanging molecules with the air around you, with the food you eat, with the people you touch? Are you not, in a very real sense, connected to everything else in the universe? If we are not separate from the universe, then what does that mean for our sense of self? What does it mean for our understanding of who we are and our place in the world? It means, quite simply, that we are not who we think we are. We are not just individual beings struggling to survive in a hostile world. We are expressions of the universe itself, manifestations of the cosmic process unfolding in every moment. This realization has profound implications for how we view ourselves and our lives. It means that our actions are not just our own, they are also the universe's actions. It means that our lives are not just our own, they are also the universe's life. One of the most fundamental aspects of our existence is our breath. We breathe in, we breathe out without ever having to think about it. But have you ever stopped to consider the nature of your breath? Do you control it, or does it control you? When you become aware of your breath, you may feel as though you are the one breathing, that you are in control of this essential function. But in reality, breathing happens whether you are aware of it or not. It is an involuntary action, a reminder that there is no clear distinction between what we do voluntarily and what happens involuntarily. This is a profound insight, for it suggests that the boundary between self and other is not as clear-cut as we once thought. If we cannot even control our own breath, then what else about ourselves is beyond our control? And if we are not in control, then who or what is? We like to think that we are the masters of our fate, that we are in charge of our lives. But in reality, we are more like passengers on a journey carried along by forces beyond our understanding. This realization can be both liberating and terrifying. Liberating because it frees us from the burden of trying to control everything. Terrifying because it forces us to confront the uncertainty and unpredictability of life. But ultimately, it is a reminder that we are not separate from the universe, we are a part of it. Just as we cannot control our breath, we cannot control the universe. We can only learn to live in harmony with it, to accept its ebbs and flows, its joys and sorrows, as part of the natural order of things. Imagine for a moment that the universe began with a cosmic bang billions of years ago. According to some astronomers, this event set into motion the creation of all the galaxies and stars we see today. But what if this bang is still happening? What if we are all just little curlicues on the end of this original explosion? In this view, you are not separate from the universe, you are an integral part of it, a manifestation of the cosmic process itself. You are not just a passive observer of the universe, you are an active participant in its ongoing creation. This perspective challenges the traditional notion of self and other. It suggests that the boundary between ourselves and the universe is not as clear as we once thought. We are not just individuals living in a vast and indifferent universe. We are the universe, experiencing itself in human form. This realization can be both awe-inspiring and humbling. Awe-inspiring because it reminds us of the vastness and complexity of the universe, humbling because it reminds us of our own insignificance in the grand scheme of things. But it is also empowering, for it reminds us that we are not powerless in the face of the universe. We are active participants in its ongoing creation, co-creators of reality itself. This is the essence of discovering your true purpose, recognizing your interconnectedness with the universe, and embracing your role as a co-creator of the cosmos. The prevailing myth of our age is that humans are a fluke in the universe, a chance occurrence in an otherwise blind and indifferent cosmos. This myth suggests that man's intelligence, values, and consciousness are anomalies, not inherent aspects of the universe. But Watts challenges this notion, arguing that humans are not separate from the universe, they are expressions of it, just as an apple is an expression of an apple tree. Think about it for a moment. Are you really just a random collection of atoms thrown together by chance? Or are you something more, something greater, something connected to the very fabric of the universe itself? We are integral parts of the universe, manifestations of the cosmic process unfolding in every moment. Our intelligence, our values, our consciousness, these are not anomalies, but expressions of the universe's inherent creativity and intelligence. This realization has profound implications for how we view ourselves and our place in the world. It means that we are not strangers in the earth, we are symptoms of the earth, expressions of its beauty, its diversity, its creativity. But this realization also challenges us to reconsider our relationship with the earth and with each other. If we are not separate from the universe, then we cannot continue to exploit it for our own selfish ends. We must learn to live in harmony with the earth, to respect its rhythms and cycles, to recognize that our well-being is intimately connected to the well-being of the planet. To discover your true purpose, you must first break free from the myth of separation. You must recognize that you are not a separate individual in the vast universe, but a manifestation of the universe itself. This realization allows you to see the interconnectedness of all things and to embrace your role in the cosmic dance of life. But breaking free from the myth of separation is not easy. It requires a fundamental shift in how we view ourselves and our place in the world. It requires us to let go of our egocentric view of the universe and to embrace a more holistic perspective. One way to break free from the myth of separation is through meditation. Meditation allows us to quiet the chatter of our minds and to connect with the deeper reality of our interconnectedness with the universe. It allows us to see that our thoughts, our emotions, our desires, these are not separate from the universe, but expressions of it. Another way to break free from the myth of separation is through contemplation. Contemplation allows us to reflect on the deeper meaning of our lives and to see that our individual existence is part of a larger cosmic story. It allows us to see that our lives are not just our own, they are also the universe's life. But perhaps the most powerful way to break free from the myth of separation is through direct experience. By opening ourselves to the beauty and wonder of the world around us, we can begin to see that we are not separate from it, but a part of it. We can begin to see that our true purpose is not just to survive, but to thrive, to flourish, to become fully alive. Embrace your interconnectedness with the universe, you can begin to discover your true purpose. This purpose is not something external to you, but something inherent in your very being. It is the recognition that you are not a separate self, but a part of the greater whole, a participant in the ongoing creation of the universe. But embracing your interconnectedness is not always easy. It requires a willingness to let go of old ways of thinking and to embrace new ways of being. It requires a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone and to explore new possibilities. It requires a willingness to be vulnerable, to be open to the unknown. But the rewards of embracing your interconnectedness are great. It allows you to see the world in a new light, to see that you are not alone, but a part of something much greater than yourself. It allows you to see that your actions have consequences, not just for yourself, but for the entire cosmos. It allows you to see that you are not just a passive observer of the universe, but an active participant in its ongoing creation. Living in harmony with the universe means recognizing that your actions have consequences, not just for yourself, but for the entire cosmos. It means living with an awareness of your interconnectedness with all things and acting in a way that honors this connection. In doing so, you fulfill your true purpose as a co-creator of the universe. But what does it mean to live in harmony with the universe? It means living with a sense of awe and wonder at the beauty and complexity of the world around you. It means living with a deep respect for the earth and all its inhabitants. It means living with an awareness of the impact of your actions on the world and taking responsibility for those actions. From a young age, we are taught to seek purpose in external achievements. We are told that our worth is tied to our grades, our job titles, and our bank accounts. We are led to believe that if we just achieve enough, earn enough, or accomplish enough, we will finally find our true purpose and meaning in life. But what if I told you that this search is an illusion? What if I told you that your true purpose is not something external, but something inherent within you, waiting to be uncovered? This is the profound teaching of many spiritual traditions, including Zen Buddhism and Taoism. This is the idea that we should approach life with the curiosity and openness of a beginner, rather than the fixed ideas and expectations of an expert. When we approach life with the beginner's mind, we allow ourselves to see the world with fresh eyes, free from the conditioning and preconceptions that can cloud our vision. This is the idea that we should act in harmony with the natural flow of life, rather than constantly striving and struggling to achieve our goals. When we practice Wu Wei, we allow life to unfold naturally, trusting that we are exactly where we are supposed to be. Our true purpose is not something to be achieved or acquired, but something to be realized within ourselves. Your purpose is not to become a successful businessman, a famous artist, or a respected academic. Your purpose is simply to be yourself fully and authentically. How do we uncover our true purpose? How do we move beyond the illusion of external achievement and discover the deeper meaning of our lives? The answer lies in letting go of our attachment to external labels and definitions, and instead turning inward to connect with our true selves. Meditation allows you to quiet the noise of the external world and listen to the wisdom of your inner being. Through meditation, you can connect with your deepest desires, fears, and aspirations and begin to uncover the true purpose that lies within you. In our modern society, work is often seen as a means to an end. We work to earn money, to support ourselves and our families, and to achieve success in the eyes of society. But what if I told you that work is not just a means to an end, but a way of expressing our true selves? What if work was not about the paycheck, but about the joy of creation and contribution? Many of us have lost sight of the true nature of work. We view it as something separate from our personal lives, something we do to pay the bills and survive. But what if work was not separate from life, but an integral part of it? What if we approached work with the same passion and purpose that we approach our personal lives? In many traditional societies, work was seen as a sacred act, a way of contributing to the greater good of the community. People took pride in their work, whether they were farmers, craftsmen, or artists. They saw their work as a way of expressing their unique talents and abilities, and as a way of making a meaningful contribution to the world around them. But in our modern society, work has become disconnected from its true purpose. We are often stuck in jobs that do not fulfill us, that do not allow us to express our true selves. We work long hours, doing tasks that we find meaningless, all in the pursuit of a paycheck. But what if work was not just about the paycheck, but about the joy of creation and contribution? What if work was an opportunity to express our unique talents and abilities and to make a meaningful contribution to the world around us? This is the true nature of work, and it is a nature that we have lost sight of. One of the greatest challenges we face in modern society is the disconnect between our work and our personal lives. We often view work as something separate from our true selves, something we do to pay the bills and survive. But what if work was not separate from life, but an integral part of it? What if we approached work with the same passion and purpose that we approach our personal lives? In many traditional societies, work was seen as an essential part of life, inseparable from other aspects such as family, community, and spirituality. People's work was often tied to their identity, and they took pride in their roles as farmers, craftsmen, or artisans. Work was not just a means of earning a living, but a way of expressing one's talents and contributing to the well-being of the community. Work has become increasingly disconnected from these other aspects of life. Many of us spend the majority of our waking hours at work, often in jobs that do not fulfill us or align with our values. We have become disconnected from the true purpose of work, viewing it as a necessary evil rather than a source of fulfillment and meaning. This disconnect has profound effects on our well-being and sense of fulfillment. When we view work as separate from life, we miss out on the opportunity to integrate our work into our broader sense of self. We may feel unfulfilled and disconnected, leading to feelings of anxiety, depression, and existential emptiness. We reconnect work with life and rediscover the true purpose of work. One approach is to cultivate mindfulness and presence in our work. Instead of viewing work as something to be endured, approach it with a sense of curiosity and openness. See each task as an opportunity to be fully present and engaged, regardless of how mundane or repetitive it may seem. Another approach is to align our work with our values and passions. When we choose work that aligns with who we are and what we believe in, work becomes more than just a job. It becomes a way of expressing our true selves and making a meaningful contribution to the world around us. Whether you are a teacher, a nurse, a scientist, or a musician, find work that allows you to be true to yourself and live your values. In our fast-paced modern world, it's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life. We rush from one task to another, always thinking about what needs to be done next. But what if I told you that the key to discovering your true purpose lies in living in the present moment? What if I told you that your purpose is not some future achievement, but something you can experience right now in this moment? The concept of living in the present moment is central to many spiritual teachings, including those of Zen Buddhism and mindfulness practices. In Zen Buddhism, there is a saying, "When walking, walk. When eating, eat." This simple phrase encapsulates the idea of being fully present in whatever you are doing, without being distracted by thoughts of the past or future. Similarly, mindfulness practices teach us to pay attention to the present moment without judgment or attachment. By bringing our awareness to the present moment, we can experience life more fully and deeply, and uncover the true purpose that lies within us. One reason is that the present moment is all we ever have. The past is gone, and the future is yet to come. The only moment we truly have is the present moment. By fully experiencing the present moment, we can find peace, joy, and fulfillment in the here and now. Living in the present moment also allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. When we are fully present, we can listen more attentively, speak more authentically, and act more compassionately. We can also connect more deeply with the world around us, appreciating the beauty and wonder of life in a way that is not possible when we are lost in thoughts of the past or future. In our journey to discover our true purpose, one of the most important lessons we can learn is the lesson of impermanence. Impermanence is the idea that all things in life are transient and ever-changing. Nothing in this world is permanent or fixed, and everything is subject to change. The concept of impermanence is central to many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism and Taoism. In Buddhism, impermanence is one of the three marks of existence, along with suffering and non-self. The Buddha taught that attachment to things that are impermanent leads to suffering, and that true peace and freedom can only be found by letting go of attachment. Similarly, in Taoism, the concept of impermanence is reflected in the idea of Wu Wei, or effortless action. Taoists believe that by aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life, we can experience a sense of harmony and peace, free from the struggles and attachments that cause suffering. So how does impermanence relate to discovering our true purpose? One way is by reminding us to let go of attachments and expectations. Many of us cling to ideas of how our lives should be, or what our purpose should look like. But when we cling to these ideas, we limit ourselves and prevent ourselves from fully experiencing the richness and fullness of life. By embracing impermanence and letting go of attachments, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. We allow ourselves to be present in the moment and to fully experience life as it unfolds, rather than being caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. It is a way for us to measure the motion of the earth, but it is not a fundamental aspect of reality. We have become so absorbed in the details of our lives, so focused on achieving our goals and meeting deadlines, that we have forgotten the totality of our existence. We are constantly told that time is money, that we must make the most of every moment. But what if I told you that time is an illusion? What if I told you that the past and the future are mere concepts, constructs of the human mind? Time is a way of measuring motion, of comparing it with some sort of constant. The clock, with its hands revolving around a circle, is just like a ruler. It is an abstraction, a convention, and yet we take it so seriously. We have become so absorbed in the game of life that we have forgotten its true nature. We are like players in a game, each given a part to play, each told who we are supposed to be. We rush from one task to another, always looking ahead, always focused on the future. But what if I told you that the future is just an illusion? What if I told you that the only moment that truly exists is this one, the present moment? Life is not a series of moments leading up to some future goal. Life is this moment right now, the only moment that truly exists. When we learn to let go of our attachment to the past and the future, we can fully experience the richness of life as it unfolds before us. When we stop trying to control life, when we stop trying to bend it to our will, we can begin to see the beauty and the wonder of it all. We can begin to see that we are not separate from the universe, but a part of it, a part of the eternal dance of life. Discovering your true purpose is not about achieving some external goal. It is about awakening to the present moment, about realizing that the only moment that truly exists is this one. When you let go of your attachment to the past and the future, you can fully immerse yourself in the beauty of the present moment. We are like players in a game, each given a part to play and told who we are supposed to be. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that we must achieve something, that we must be someone. We invest so much of ourselves in this identity that we forget it is just a role we are playing. From the moment we are born, we are given a script to follow, a role to play. Our parents, our teachers, our society, they all tell us who we are supposed to be. They tell us what is expected of us, what we should strive for, what we should achieve. But what if I told you that this identity, this role we are playing, is just an illusion? What if I told you that you are not who you think you are, that you are something much greater, much more profound? We spend so much of our lives chasing after external goals, believing that achieving them will bring us happiness and fulfillment. We work long hours, we sacrifice our time and our energy, all in pursuit of this elusive goal of success. But true success, true fulfillment, cannot be found in external achievements. It can only be found within yourself. It is not about what you do, but who you are. It is about awakening to the present moment, about realizing that the only moment that truly exists is this one. When we let go of our attachment to the past and the future, when we stop trying to control life and bend it to our will, we can begin to see the game for what it truly is. We can begin to see that we are not separate from the universe, but a part of it, a part of the eternal dance of life. The props we have gathered to construct our identities begin to wear out, and we are faced with the realization that we cannot hold on to them forever. We are left wondering, what was it all for? We may experience moments of crisis or transition, moments where we question who we are and what we have become. We may feel lost, adrift, unsure of our place in the world. But these moments of crisis can also be moments of profound insight, moments where we see through the illusion of our identities and glimpse the truth of who we are. Identity is like a mask that we wear, a mask that we put on to fit in with society, to meet the expectations of others. But behind this mask lies something deeper, something more real. Behind this mask lies the true self, the self that is connected to all things, the self that is one with the universe. Discovering your true purpose means letting go of the mask, letting go of the false identity that you have constructed for yourself. It means embracing the emptiness of your identity, embracing the uncertainty of who you are and who you are becoming. Life is a journey of self-discovery, a journey of awakening to the truth of who you are. It is not always an easy journey, but it is a journey worth taking. When you let go of your attachment to the past and the future, when you embrace the emptiness of your identity, you can begin to see the beauty and the wonder of life as it truly is. Life is not about achieving some external goal, some external measure of success. Life is about awakening to the present moment, about realizing that the only moment that truly exists is this one. When you embrace the emptiness of your identity, you can fully immerse yourself in the beauty of the present moment. In discovering your true purpose, remember that it is not something to be achieved, but something to be realized within yourself. Embrace the emptiness of your identity and let go of your need to control. Only then will you truly find fulfillment and meaning in your existence. Life is a dance of energy and movement. We are all dancers in this dance, moving to the rhythm of the universe. But all too often we forget that we are dancing. We become so focused on the steps, on the moves, that we forget to enjoy the dance itself. We become lost in thought, preoccupied with our worries and our fears. We become so caught up in the details of our lives that we forget to see the bigger picture, the grandeur of the dance unfolding before us. But what if I told you that you are not just a dancer in the dance of life? What if I told you that you are the dance itself, that you are the very energy and movement of the universe? You are not separate from the dance, you are the dance. Discovering your true purpose means awakening to the reality of the dance. It means realizing that you are not just a participant in the dance, but the dance itself. When you let go of your attachment to the past and the future, when you embrace the emptiness of your identity, you can fully immerse yourself in the dance of life. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. When you see life as a mystery, you can begin to appreciate its beauty and its wonder. You can begin to see that you are not separate from the universe, but a part of it, a part of the eternal dance of life. Life is a dance of energy and movement, a dance of light and darkness. When you embrace the dance, when you let go of your need to control, you can fully experience the richness and the beauty of life as it unfolds before you. We live in a world that prizes control. We are taught from a young age that we must control our environment, our circumstances, even ourselves. We believe that if we can just control everything around us, we can find happiness and security. But this belief is an illusion. We struggle to control our emotions, our thoughts, our desires. We believe that if we can just control these aspects of ourselves, we can find peace and fulfillment. But the more we try to control, the more frustrated and unhappy we become. The truth is, we cannot control life. Life is unpredictable, chaotic, and ever-changing. We may think that we are in control, but in reality, we are just passengers on this journey called life, passengers who must learn to surrender to the flow of existence. Discovering your true purpose means letting go of the illusion of control. It means surrendering to the flow of life, to the ebb and flow of the universe. When you let go of your need to control, you can begin to experience life as it truly is, in all its beauty and complexity. When you stop trying to control life, you can begin to see the beauty and the wonder of it all. You can begin to see that you are not separate from the universe, but a part of it, a part of the eternal dance of life. When you surrender to the flow of existence, you can fully immerse yourself in the richness of life as it unfolds before you. Life is a mystery that cannot be solved or controlled. When you embrace the mystery, when you let go of your need to control, you can begin to experience the magic and the wonder of life as it truly is. You can begin to see that you are not just a player in the game of life, but the game itself. Life is like a dance, a continuous flow of energy and movement. We are all dancers in this grand performance, moving in harmony with the universe. Yet we often lose sight of the dance. We focus so much on perfecting the steps and moves that we forget to enjoy the experience itself. Our minds get tangled in worries and fears, causing us to miss the broader perspective, the magnificence of the dance unfolding around us. But what if I told you that you're not just a dancer in this dance of life? What if I told you that you are the dance itself? You are the energy and motion of the universe. You're not separate from the dance, you are the dance. Finding your true purpose involves waking up to this reality. It means understanding that you are not just participating in the dance, you are the dance. When you release your attachment to the past and future and embrace the essence of who you are, you can fully immerse yourself in the dance of life. Life isn't a problem to solve, but a mystery to experience. Seeing life as a mystery allows you to appreciate its beauty and wonder. You begin to realize you are not separate from the universe, but a part of its eternal dance. Life is a dance of energy and movement, light and shadow. When you embrace this dance and let go of your need for control, you can fully experience the richness and beauty of life as it unfolds. We live in a society that values control. From a young age, we're taught to control our environment, circumstances, and even ourselves. We think that by controlling everything, we can achieve happiness and security. But this belief is a fallacy. We try to control our emotions, thoughts, and desires, thinking that this will bring us peace and fulfillment. Yet the more we strive for control, the more frustrated and unhappy we become. The truth is, we cannot control life. Life is unpredictable, chaotic, and constantly changing. We may believe we are in control, but in reality, we are merely passengers on this journey called life, learning to surrender to the flow of existence. Finding your true purpose means letting go of the illusion of control. It means surrendering to life's flow, to the rhythm of the universe. When you release your need to control, you start to experience life as it truly is, with all its beauty and complexity. When you stop trying to control life, you begin to see its beauty and wonder. You understand that you are not separate from the universe, but a part of its eternal dance. By surrendering to the flow of existence, you can fully immerse yourself in life's richness as it unfolds before you. Life is a mystery, one that cannot be solved or controlled. When you embrace the mystery and let go of your need for control, you begin to experience the magic and wonder of life as it truly is. You realize that you are not just a participant in the game of life, but the game itself.